Welcome back to Motor Max, the channel where vintage power and timeless design come alive. Today, we're rolling back the clock to the early 1930s, a pivotal time in motorcycle history. Our spotlight is on a machine that helped carry Harley-Davidson through one of the most challenging decades of the 20th century, the Harley-Davidson Model R. More than just an old bike, the Model R represents resilience, innovation, and a design language that would echo through Harley-Davidson's DNA for years to come. Let's take a deep dive into this classic machine and discover why the Model R remains a revered chapter in Harley history. Historical background: the Great Depression and the motorcycle industry. To truly appreciate the Harley-Davidson Model R, we need to understand the era in which it was born. The early 1930s were marked by the Great Depression, a time when even basic necessities were hard to come by, let alone luxury items like motorcycles. Harley-Davidson, like many manufacturers, was struggling to stay afloat. In 1932, they introduced the Model R, not just as a new product, but as a lifeline. It was engineered to be affordable, practical, and reliable. While the economic landscape was bleak, Harley-Davidson needed a motorcycle that could appeal to working-class riders and maintain the company's foothold in both domestic and international markets. Design and engineering: simple, tough, and functional. The Harley-Davidson Model R was powered by a 45 cubic inch, 750 cubic centimeters, side-valve V-twin engine, a design that prioritized durability over high performance. Producing around 18 horsepower, it wasn't a speed demon, but it offered enough power for both city and country roads, a key selling point at the time. What set the Model R apart wasn't just its engine, it was the overall engineering philosophy. It featured a rigid frame and a Springer front fork, a layout that was tried and tested, but still refined for better handling and comfort. The bike was designed to be easy to maintain, with a simplified carburetor and an accessible engine layout, making it ideal for riders who needed to handle repairs themselves. The transmission was a 3-speed hand-shifted gearbox, standard for Harley-Davidson motorcycles at the time. Combined with a foot-operated clutch, this setup demanded a bit of skill from the rider, making it more suitable for motorcyclists with experience. Still, it was smooth and reliable, living up to Harley's reputation for quality craftsmanship. Aesthetics and style: classic 1930s appeal. From a styling perspective, the Model R was everything you'd expect from a Harley of the era: long, low, and lean, with a distinctive teardrop-shaped fuel tank and wire-spoked wheels. The color palette was modest but elegant, with deep blacks, subtle reds, and occasionally a dark green, all lined with pinstripe detailing. There was no excessive chrome, no unnecessary ornamentation. The bike looked like it meant business, and it did. In a time when flashiness was out of reach for most, the Model R's utilitarian beauty hit the mark. It was honest, mechanical, and proudly American. Variants and use: utility over speed. Harley-Davidson released a few variants of the Model R, including the RL, which introduced some mild performance improvements and optional features like a front brake, not a standard component on earlier motorcycles. Some versions were also adapted for police and commercial use, a testament to the Model R's versatility and rugged dependability. Whether used for deliveries, commuting, or patrol duty, the Model R proved it could handle whatever was thrown its way. It was a true workhorse during a time when every machine had to earn its place. Legacy and impact: a forgotten hero. Though it's often overshadowed by flashier models like the Knucklehead or the Panhead, the Model R deserves credit as one of the bikes that helped Harley-Davidson survive the economic downturn of the 1930s. It wasn't a game-changer in terms of speed or innovation, but it was exactly what the times demanded: practical, tough, and affordable. Collectors and vintage bike enthusiasts today see the Model R as a rare gem. Its simplicity and historical significance make it a valuable piece of Harley heritage. Finding one in good condition is no easy task, but those who do often consider it a crown jewel in their collection. Conclusion: final thoughts and channel sign-off. The Harley-Davidson Model R might not roar as loudly as some of its successors, but it speaks volumes about the brand's ability to adapt and endure. It's a bike built during hardship, designed for real-world use, and remembered as a symbol of grit and resilience. Thanks for joining us on this ride into the past. If you enjoyed this look at the Model R, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into motorcycle history, right here on MotorMax Ride Safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Aesthetics and style, classic 1930s appeal. From a styling perspective, the Model R was everything you'd expect from a Harley of the era: long, low, and lean, with a distinctive teardrop-shaped fuel tank and wire-spoked wheels. The color palette was modest but elegant, with deep blacks, subtle reds, and occasionally a dark green, all lined with pinstripe detailing. There was no excessive chrome, no unnecessary ornamentation. The bike looked like it meant business, and it did. In a time when flashiness was out of reach for most, the Model R's utilitarian beauty hit the mark. It was honest, mechanical, and proudly American. Variance and use, utility over speed.